Welcome to Jurassic Park. Just kidding, it's Raven. Guys, welcome to my channel, and this is Three-Eyed Raven, and the game we are playing today is Ark. And this is the first video going up on the channel, so I just wanted to do a little bit of an introduction and show you around the base that Demented Dallas and I have built here on our private Ark server. Now, we're going to be starting a new server probably tomorrow, and I'll be recording the whole thing from start to finish. I guess in Ark there really is no finish, but this is our server that we've been working on, and I just want to show you around a little bit. So over here we have our Quetzals, which are these giant birds that you can put a saddle on and build on top of it. Now this one's just got some foundations on it right now, so there's not a whole lot going on with it, but there you have it. And we started doing this kind of, I guess, arc thing, like in the Bible, where you have two of each animal, and so they're all mate boosted because we have males and females of most animals. So they are stuck together with their pairs, and we have some things changed differently a little bit from our from vanilla servers, so that we do get more eggs because we were working on mating and all of that stuff. So we have two of most animals here and just kind of a base setup for them. We were going to build up with it, but we haven't done that yet. And then we have our Rexes. And these are what we've been breeding. So this Rex right here with the egg underneath it is one that we bred with, I think, King Rex and Lexi over here. So they've made a couple babies. And then we finally got an Avis with some beautiful blue eyes. I absolutely love it. And then we ran out of space for all of our animals, so we have a pen down here. It's a lot smaller, and we have raptors. We have lots and lots and lots of raptors, and it was a lot of fun for me to mate them all the time and get babies. So it took a long time, but every one of them has a name, which is kind of funny. I don't go without naming an animal most of the time. As I look at our Dilos that are just Dilos. But we have, like I said, two of almost everything, so there's nothing really that we don't have. And I'm dehydrated, so let's go get some water real quick. There we go. It's really hot here on Ark today, and so we have all of those guys, Carnos, Allos, and then more Rexes. So I'll do an aerial shot here in a little bit when we get up on one of our Tapageras, but we have so many Rexes, it's not even funny. And we've got some with some mutations on them. So this one here's got a blue belly, and it's pretty cool. Not our best mutation that we've gotten so far, but we're planning on mating her. I believe it's a her. Let's see, can I see your inventory? There we go. Yeah, this one's a female. And then this one was one of her brothers, and you can't really see it unless I ride him, but I don't think there's a saddle on him right now. Hey, look at me, buddy. Look at me. Alright, you probably can't see it. Oh, right here you can see it. There, he's got a blue spine plating, which is really cool. So I think we're going to try and mate eventually this guy and his sister with the blue belly and see what kind of babies we can get. And so maybe we'll film that. But then we've got different ones over here that we're trying to look at their stats and try and get the highest stats for their levels. So we've been working on that. So we've got 3 of them there. We've got another couple back here. Over here we have our Spino babies, which we haven't mated them yet, but we have a male and female of them. And then we have Big Reveal, Oh, not yet. Big reveal. There we go. We have neon green Rexes. These were one of our first baby sets that we mated. Didn't know that the parents had mutation genes. And they popped out the last egg that we had left to hatch because we save them up and then hatch them all at once. And we had green babies, and they are freaking awesome. I love them. And so we have mint chocolate chip right here. So this is the female. And then none other than the hawk behind her back here. And they were twins, so it was really cool. But we can't really mate them because they have the same exact stats. And these guys we don't level up yet. Actually, I think we might have leveled them up because we're not going to use them for mating quite yet until we get another green one with different stats, so we can maybe get a stat mutation that way, because otherwise they get the same stats as the parents because they're twins. But they look super cool, and I'm gonna ride her so you can kind of see from up above. And it's got a little bit of dark green and then that neon green and then some red, orangey kind of color, and I love it. It looks so awesome. But you can see then we have even more down that way that I think might have been their siblings, because they're all the same kind of coloring. And it's gonna get me glitched, so I'm gonna fall to the ground, which is fine. But that's what we have for our Rexes, and so we're gonna keep doing that, but it's such a time-consuming process, so we haven't really done a whole lot more with that. But let's see, we have our Dimetrodons down here because we were trying to make everybody's kibble so that we could go more with our tames and stuff. And then we have a Diplocaulus down here that you can ride him and get air from him if you're swimming. So let's get out of the pond here, and we are in the, I think it's called Hidden Lake area, and that's our house right there. And then here we have our greenhouse. And so we've got 3 of each plant. We've got 3 of the corn, long grass, sorry, yeah, it's corn, but we have long grass, rocket root here, which are the carrots, and then we have savaroot and citronal here. And so we have 3 of each of those, and then we have all of these here are narco berries because we love making our narcotics and different dyes and stuff. And so I think I'll probably eventually plant some other things in these medium crop plots here, but for now we just have narco berries. And close the door. Not that anything's here anymore, but we keep our fertilizer and stuff in this chest here because over here we have our poop bugs. And so we only have 2 of them right now, but they go on wander and they make you fertilizer instead of putting them in our mini compost bins down here. So that is saving us quite a bit of time. And then we have our little poop guy over here. He drops lots of poop if you feed him stem berries, and then you can pop them in the dung beetle to walk around and make fertilizer with. And they also make oil, I believe, too, but not enough to be substantial or anything. And then we come back around here. That's our little fishing bench. Sit here and go fishing for some cool items, which we haven't really gotten anything awesome yet from this server, but we'll see what comes on in our next server. But this is our house. My husband built it, Demented Dallas, and welcome. We have our, I don't know why he's out, he needs to go back over there, but we have our little squishies here, the Lystrosaurus. They're pretty cool. And then we have monkeys everywhere. We have 2 here, and then I believe there's one on my shoulder. Oh, I guess you can't see him, but I have one on my shoulder too. There he is. Hello, little George. So he's pretty cool. Over here is Dallas's workshop. And so we have our fabricator over here, smithy. We have our bookshelves back here, and we've just recently been doing metal runs. So with all the extra metal we've gotten, we've had these extra storage chests built here, but they're usually not there. And then we have all of our refining forges, which we finally were able to build our, I think it's called an industrial forge. And so we haven't gotten that placed yet, but I think we're going to put it on top of the volcano. But there's our forges right now. And then we have each of our chests here labeled so that we have thatch, fiber, hide, tons of mortar and pestles because of all the narco berries we pick. And we finally built a second table over here with more. Then we have flint, stone, wood, all of that stuff. Here in the center, if we don't glitch up too bad, this is from, I believe it was our Alpha Rex that we killed. So we have that mounted over the doorway to the little patio outside, and then these are all from the caves that we've completed, and we still have a few more to go, but we've gotten 6 of them so far. And this is our patio, and we have a little drop down trap door here, so if you immediately need water you can drop down into the pond, which is kind of cool. And then let's see, over here is my area because I am the cook or the chef or whatever you want to call it. But here is our cooking pot, which is still available. Cool. When you mate animals or dinos in this game, you can sometimes get box of chocolates from the Valentine's event. And so if you have 5 of them, you can put them in here, light the fire, and make these different things. And so I used the romantic hair, and so this is my girl. Let's zoom in a little bit, and you can rotate her. And it's kind of this really cute curly hairstyle. And on Xbox One, they don't really have a whole lot of styles for it, besides I think it's like default, which is like a cave woman haircut, and then you have a mohawk or an afro. So this is the only thing that's semi-normal, I guess. But right here we have our industrial cooker, and it looks like stuff isn't really loading in all the way, but there we go. There's the industrial cooker, and then you can go around the steps or you can go through that little shortcut. But we have preserving bins here for some of our food because all of our fridges are full. So I think it's this one here has, maybe it's this one. One of these has, there we go, all of our kibble that we've made. And so there you have it. We've used up some of them, and we have a lot of other ones. But we have all of these full, and then our industrial grill here to cook up tons of meat when we get it. I also extended the water supply from our cooker over here so that we have water we can drink from the tap over there. And all around our house we have our little torches up here that you can see on the wall. And so when it's nighttime and you can't see in here very well, you can turn on those lights. Up the stairs here we have more storage boxes for arrows, crossbows, guns, tools, anything you can think of over here that's kind of weaponry. These I recently built for other things, polymer oil, cementing paste, all of that kind of stuff. This area here we haven't really done a whole lot in. It's just kind of open up here still. We can definitely build some more things up here to go. And we have eggs dropping through the roof. Okay. Over here we have just more storage chests, armor, narcotics, stuff to build with. If we make too many walls for something, whatever. Can walk up the stairs again, and up here are bedrooms. And also a little deck out the front here that we've kind of started using as bird storage even more because we've got so many up there already. But here we have bedrooms, so each room has a little bed in it that you can fast travel with, but it drops your items if you do that. Now upstairs here we have our bird perch, which I guess we've moved a lot of our tapageros off of here, but here's our bird perch. I think we have 2 or 3 other tapageros, which are these guys here. They have a 3-seat on it, which is kind of cool because we can fly around together then and kill things and make runs and stuff and not have to take too many birds with us. But then we have our Archies and our Pteranodons, which some of them, I guess this guy here doesn't have a saddle on him yet. He's our new tame. But yeah, we'll take Phoenix here and kind of do an aerial view of our base. And then I think we might be done. But most of the time on this channel, we're just going to be doing, I play some first-person shooters, Destiny, Call of Duty. I've played some of those things. I'm not very good at them, but Ark here on the Survival Evolved, we have been doing a lot on, and we're kind of hooked on the game. So we're starting a new server, like I said, tomorrow. And we're just going to be kind of doing that for the most part. So, oh, I forgot to explain this building here. This building here is our big taming pen. We built a smaller one over here in front of these Rexes. But we couldn't really breed Rexes in this one, so we built, there we go. We built a bigger one over here that's got these different levels, and it's not completed yet, but we're gonna have ramps within these walls here that kind of lead up to the different levels where these windows are, and so you can shoot out the window and they can't hurt you because it's stone all the way through there. And so you can see we have a big hole up there that we haven't patched yet from where Aaron was grappling up to that spot, and then we could just drop whatever we were taming inside here, and he could shoot from there since we don't have the ramps or the stairs yet to go up there. But it's got this giant behemoth gate and really cool. Oh, I forgot to show you the basement. Let's go to the basement real quick. Oh, there's our other guy. I didn't take him back up. Over here we have this is my storage stuff. So this armor chest is full of stuff. Riot, ghillie, fur, scuba stuff, all of that, and then all of my weapons and ammo and stuff that I take with me on a daily basis when we go places. And then Aaron, or Demented Dallas, if you watch his channel, his stuff is all over here. And then this is really cool. We built this, or I guess I didn't build it, but Aaron built it recently, and it is our elevator shaft. So it goes down here underneath the house, surrounded by stone walls, so if anything ever attacks, they can't get through down here because it's stone. And then in here is our baby making room, I guess is what you could call it. It's our hatchery. And so we have our air conditioners all through this room, and then generator up above here that we can turn on if I get over here. There we go. There's our generator for down below here. And it's got all the air conditioners in here. You can see them running, and then we have some lights too. So then we hatch our eggs in here, and then when they're, depending on what we're hatching, if it's too big that it's not gonna be able to grow up in this tiny little room, we can walk them outside here, which is what we do with our Rexes, and we go down the bridge here, and then they can grow up here on these in this little area here, and then we decide if we're going to breed them or if they're just overstock, I guess. So there we have it. I think that's about the full base tour for here, but it's pretty neat. I really enjoy this game, and I hope you enjoy it too. We have lots of funny, scary moments that are pretty fun to watch. I hope you come along with us on this journey, and subscribe so you get notified when we post new videos. Yeah, I think that's it. So have a good day, everybody, and thanks for watching. Bye!